So the beauty of this house is we didn't use any roof trusses. We conventionally framed it. And we did that because since we're in a flood zone and you have to be elevated, we wanted to kind of keep some character. So what we did is we conventionally framed the roof, which means we didn't use any roof trusses. We added these dormers to expand the floor space. And then what it does is it just makes your overall appearance of the house look lower, but you have this amazing space upstairs like we saw. But the problem is a lot of people in Florida just don't do this because it's a little more of an expensive way to build, but you gain so much. You gain those extra storage spaces, you gain the flexibility to make decisions in the field of how to change things and lay them out, more properly and more efficiently. So when we framed this stair opening had this high ceiling open space, and I just thought we could come up with some idea for it. So what we came up with is, since you're up here in the office area, we ended up framing it in a little bit and creating this powder bath. So this is an area of a staircase that would have just been a big, hollow, dead, boring space, and we turned it into a quick little powder bath. And originally the air handler was going to be right here. So we just moved the air handler over, and there you go. And guys, that's the beauty of conventionally framing, not using trusses. You have the flexibility in your roof to make these kinds of changes. So you see a desk like this, it doesn't have any paper strewn everywhere, and you're like, this isn't a desk where somebody works. But the beauty of how we framed this house is it actually is, because you can hide all the office stuff back behind this door in this little nook back here, where you keep your printers and your scanners and your papers and your files and everything else that piles up on your desk, and the organized chaos in there. And the other thing I love about conventionally framing is you end up with these vaulted ceilings. This ceiling was pretty cool. This was some old lumber that we pulled out of a demo we did in Hyde Park. It was a porch. We pulled the old pine beams out. You can see the old nail holes, cleaned them up, used a dark walnut flooring system for the tongue and groove up there, and just everything turned out great. You got this arts and crafts inspired entertainment cabinet here, seating area, just a great place to work on, making phone calls, doing business. Then you come in here. This is obviously the kids' room, but it's another dormer, and it's another ceiling. This ceiling was an old pool cabana that we demoed in Snell Isle. We saved the wood. It's an old pickled 70s look. The owner thought it was tacky. I don't disagree, but if you repurpose it, it actually turns out pretty cool. Everything flares in here with the wallpaper, and it's just a great kids' room. But it's not the greatest part of this kids' room. You come through here, here's the bathroom. But when you actually go in here, when you conventionally frame, here's another nook you just created. Put some drywall in, put an AC drop in it, now it's a room. And the kids can come in here, sit in the beanbag chairs, watch something on Disney, do some arts and crafts, turn the entire thing upside down, and nobody ever sees it. So again, conventionally framing is just, I can't say enough great things about it. Roof trusses are convenient, they're quick, but if you've got a crew that's skilled enough to conventionally frame, you end up with a master like this, where you have a dormer, you come in here. We're actually in the main gable right now, like this is the A-frame of the house, and you've got these windows. You've got a huge shower with body sprayers. A toilet behind here that still gets the natural light coming in. Another one of these nooks we created. You've got the husband's closet here. He wasn't fortunate to get one of the dormers, but this is what he made for himself. He's got his fishing rack, safe. Come in here, and now we're gonna walk into another one of the dormers. And this is the wife's workout room. Have her clothes. I believe the husband's area was supposed to be here, but she decided to take it over for the gym equipment. He's a good husband. It doesn't seem to bother him. I think he let her have it. And yeah, I mean, here's another perspective of just this awesome A-frame, gables, conventionally framed. Look at this beautiful ceiling that you created. Just place to retreat with a wine fridge in the evening. Just conventionally framing's the way to go. Like, it's a shame in Florida everybody's gotten so used to trusses. This is how people frame up north, and I think this is how they should frame in Florida, especially with these flood zones, because your house just doesn't look as big. Like, you frame within your roof, and you have your first floor, and then you have your elevated space, and you end up with a house that's actually got some character. It's not just a tall house with a small little roof pitch. Like, it's just the way to go. I highly recommend it, and hopefully this video will show everything and the benefits of conventionally framing. So the great thing about conventionally framing is you end up with these nooks I keep showing you, and this one's the best one. This is the Christmas holiday closet where you can store everything from Thanksgiving, Easter, 4th of July. And if you're showing a house and you need to get rid of a bunch of stuff, check this out. This nice house, it's all clean and organized with fresh flowers. Well, this is the daily reality hidden inside this closet. Nobody will ever know. So this garage is killer. The main thing about this garage is that since this is a flood zone, it does flood, and you have to prepare for that. So we built this garage to where there is nothing on the floor. If the owner wants to get to their tools, they've got winches up there that they control with their phone. Hit the button, their tools come down. They have upper tool cabinets there. Everything's elevated. The only thing that they're prepared for is if there is a flood, they will bring that refrigerator up and set it up there. This area can flood, nothing to worry about, no scramble, everything's done. So back to the beauty of this screen porch and converting it to a screen porch is that this is also an entertainment space. We open up the bifold door. You have a seating area out here. You've got the seating area inside. You've got the kitchen. You've got the frameless glass railing where you never lose view of the pool. Screen comes down, bugs stay out. And then you can easily just transition out into here. And one of the final features I love most about this house is that this is actually not only the powder bath when you have people over, but it's also a pool bath. So you can come through here with your wet bathing suit on, shut the door to the house, got a quick shower, tile floor, and then a toilet behind there. So this house has really thought of anything when it comes to entertaining in a pool. Yeah, one thing I want to talk about down here is how great this backyard is. There was a friend of mine, he does high-end pools and outdoor living, that I asked him to kind of just help us out and give us a quick design on it. He did. Promised him, if you give me that, I'll never bother you ever again. Just let me know what to do. So we did our part of it. He kept his part of it. We ended up with this really awesome pool that our company ended up building. And one of the things that came up during it was what to do with the porch upstairs, because since we were doing all this great design, we didn't want to lose it, so we kept the glass railing. But you got bugs coming in the summertime, and then it makes it a little more difficult to eat up there when the bugs are biting. So we ended up coming up with an idea where we screened in the entry side of it and then put this roller shade. So when it comes down, obviously everything's bug free. You still have your safety glass and you don't lose your view. The other greatest part of it though, which is the signature piece, is this cantilevered awning. You got your TV on it, beverage station, trash can, storage, grill, side burner, sink, beautiful cypress wood, big ass fan, surround sound system throughout the whole thing, so you can come out here and you can turn your music on, and it doesn't have to be so loud that your neighbors are complaining about it, because it's surround sound with an in-ground subwoofer, fire pit. We'll see all that later on the evening, but this backyard is just killer. Let me show you something else we did. The owner here loves a good brisket, loves a good, just overnight smoke. So we've got a green egg station here. This is actually green eggs cabinet and green egg. But the cool thing is you've got your lights where you can come out here at night, check your temperatures. You've got an outlet there for lighting, storage here for all your utensils and everything. So this is just a great use of a little spot here to have a grilling or a smoking station. But you can't let the side yard go to waste. So we ended up utilizing this entire side yard here. Have a kid's play set, bolted it down to the ground. Kids love it, run around. They're on artificial turf, so they're not getting all itchy and buggy. Have a generator in case the power goes off. But here's my favorite thing I talked them into. And on the way, I'll show you a few other features. We ended up doing a pro slat system for pool storage. Now you can see here how you can sit around the bar. So while somebody's grilling, his buddies can be here having some brown waters. Here's the fire pit seating area. Lounge, deep end. This is my favorite part. We snuck a little putting green in here. So now, while you're having those brown waters and getting competitive, you can also have a putting contest. And you got a place to put your drink. That's our backyard, guys. I thought it turned out pretty epic. So like I was saying, the beauty of this house is we didn't use any roof trusses. We built the second story into the roof using stick lumber, cut everything on site, all the angles, and it turns out with this beautiful house where it's in a flood zone, so you have to be the 9 feet above the base, and then you have your first floor, which you would have had anyways, and then instead of having a second floor and then a roof, you've got your roof and your second floor all built into one. It's a little more expensive to do it that way, and I think that's why a lot of people choose not to do it. The other thing, it's a dying craft. A lot of people don't even know how to do it, but my company does know how to do it, and that's why we chose to do it with this certain project. And I think it's beautiful. You have a house in a flood zone that's not too high. It doesn't stand out like a sore thumb. It's as low as it could possibly be. It maintained 10-foot ceilings. And I'm really proud of it, and a lot of the neighbors compliment on how much they appreciate it, and I appreciate it too. And one thing I would just love to do is if kids would start going to trade school and learning trades, we could bring back conventionally framed houses in Florida. And roof trusses started out as a convenient, quick way to build, but they've gotten expensive, and it's just caused a dying craft. And now you can come to us, we can look at it, conventionally frame your house in a flood zone, and you won't have a house that's so tall. So think about it, give it a look. I hope you enjoyed the tour.